This video that was captured several months ago during the training period shows So Yeon-yi on the left and her backup Sun Ko, who were selected in a nationwide competition by the government of South Korea to fly on the International Space Station as they took a ride in the Russian version of the Zero-G aircraft that flies parabolic maneuvers in and around the area of the Chkalovsky airfield near Star City, just outside of Moscow at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center.
The backup crew of Expedition.
Once again, you're looking at training footage that was shot of the prime and backup crews for Expedition 17 as they completed all of their training certification, both at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center and ultimately down at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. You see the backup crew, Max Sarayev in the center, Oleg Skripochka on the right. They are the backup commander and flight engineer for Expedition 17. To the prime crew, which is Sergei Volkov that you see in the middle of your picture, and Oleg Kononenko, who is now on the left, as they talk to Vasily Siblyev, General Siblyev, who heads up the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City. This all very ceremonial in nature, very traditional, as the crews, through their training periods at Star City, run through a series of carefully choreographed training procedures that leads them to their launch date today from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Volkov in the center, 35 years old, a second-generation cosmonaut, the son of a legendary cosmonaut, Alexander Volkov, who flew 3 times to the Mir space station during his career as a cosmonaut, who is now 59 years old. Volkov joined by Oleg Kononenko, who is 43 years old, born in Turkmenia. Kononenko will serve with Volkov on board the International Space Station for 6 months. You can see South Korean children that were brought to the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center as part of their viewing of the training of So Yeon-yi and of Sun Ko. This footage was shot actually at the time of the crew's departure for the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan back on March 26th as they flew on a Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center aircraft from the Chkalovsky airfield just outside of Star City down to the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, as the crews traditionally do about 2 weeks before launch for final training and rest and relaxation. These views of the city of Baikonur along the main street in the town in which the technicians work, who work at the Cosmodrome, as the buses awaited the arrival of the Expedition 17 prime and backup crews back on March 26th. You can see here the prime crew descending from their aircraft to be greeted by officials who are awaiting them down at the Cosmodrome. Again, this back on March 26th. This followed their final certification for flight, a traditional laying of flowers at the Kremlin Wall, and a visit with Anatoly Permanov, the head of the Russian Federal Space Agency. Again, all very ceremonial in nature. This occurring 2 weeks ago upon the prime and backup crew's arrival down at the launch site at the Baikonur Cosmodrome.
Здравствуйте, товарищи.
This ceremony now takes place on the occasion of the ceremonial raising of the flags outside the crew quarters called the Cosmonaut Hotel, in which top officials of the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center join the prime and backup crews as they raise the flags representing the countries who are representing the crews that fly aboard each Soyuz vehicle. The crews then meet in various sessions, in this case with top officials of RSC Energia as they begin their suited and unsuited fit checks, very much akin to the terminal countdown demonstration test or dress rehearsals that astronauts conduct during their training period before space shuttle launches. In this case, Volkov, Kononenko, and So-Yun-Yi suited up in their Sokol launch and entry suits in the Site 254 integration and assembly facility and made their way inside the building in which their Soyuz TMA capsule was in the final stages of preparations. Their suits underwent leak checks as they did earlier this morning for launch day, posing for pictures, of course,